Cast. This video is what I call gender representation. Hell yeah. That's like someone's student project from 15 years ago or something, using the characters from To Heart 2. But they get alien cat girl zombified and forced to dance the Thriller dance to whatever the hell that weird ass funk song is. Classic. Absolute classic. Let's figure out what anime to watch. Let's watch some anime. If we watch any like real anime, like anime, we're gonna have to do it where I make the screen like this, and if you want to be able to really see it, you'll have to find your own, you'll have to open it in your own window or whatever. But if we watch stuff on YouTube, whatever kind of animations or whatever we watch, we can do it. We can do it like this, or that's the normal way. Yeah, there we go. All right. But in the meantime, you've never heard of To Heart 2? All right, well. As I understand it, To Heart 1 and 2 were some pretty popular visual novels from the late 90s. It looks like there's a Dungeon Traveler offshoot as well for the PSP. But To Heart 2 was one of the first, like, here we go. This looks more like what I remember. Okay, this is the first game. I mostly know To Heart for that robot, her Delta, the robot girl. That's what I know this for the most. Fuck. You can't. There's a segment in AMV Hell 3 where like she's running with a broom through a hallway and it shows like a couple of blood splatters on the screen and a voice goes multi-kill. It's a good meme. Anyway, To Heart 2 had one of the early anime adaptations of a visual novel. Maybe that is the OP opening. I remember it being. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's maybe the first one is the one that I'm remembering. Yeah, this looks the most familiar. There you go. There's her with the broom. There you go. She's gonna kill people with that fucking thing. Okay, whatever. That's To Heart. It was really big in the late 90s and early 2000s. Pretty much all of Ergo Proxy is on YouTube. Unfortunately, most of Ergo Proxy is not very good, or else I'd be interested to watch that. Want to watch Remonster? Find out if this is any good or not. If this is shitty enough to complain about. People want, Jesus Christ. It certainly started off loud. All right, I'm going to make this really small. So if you want to watch the first episode of Remonster with me, unless you want to pay me to watch something else, the rate is $1 a minute. We'll watch literally anything you want. That's animated. Has to be animated. People have told me, Amy's telling me this is ass. Huge ass. Okay. Is it ass enough to be worth shitting on? All right. Anybody who wants to watch this with me, get it open, get it ready. Episode 1. And I'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, we'll hit go, and then we'll go. But until then, get yourself prepared. It's going to be in tiny mode. All right. As soon as somebody tells me they're ready, I'll hit the go button. We'll do the thing. Landed. Did somebody say ass? Always read your tweets in like butthole, like no Butthead, Beavis and Butthead's Butthead like voice. Like, did somebody say ass? I can't do a good Butthead. Hello, come to Butthead. All right, they're ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Just so you know, when the little skip the OP button comes up, I'm going to click that. To skip the OP, because I don't want to get flagged. So. Alright, this guy's getting fucking murderized. This is a cool shot. A lot of blood. She's really going for it. It's a huge knife. Why does it have like a compass? Is that a compass? Is it like a travel knife? Is it a scope? Is it? Looks like it's electrical. I have a lot of questions about that knife. Alright, skip intro. Apologies if you weren't as quick as I was. Kinda loud. Alright, let me turn down the volume of the shit. Hoi! Hoi! 目を開けたのか。なぜ俺は生きている？誰だこの緑色の小汚い化け物は。I would love to play a role like this in an anime. Just like groaning out cliches. He's getting grubbed in the mouth. I didn't expect the gay imagery. I'm kind of liking it. So
俺の周りには緑
This
色の醜
definitely
い赤ん坊
feels
たちがい
closer
た。
to the feel of the slime anime than any other one
そして
I've
俺
seen
も
in
また
terms of like the
その
directing and
醜い
stuff.
赤ん坊たちの一人
But
だっ
it's
たのだ。
not as like
ようやく俺
immediately
は確信した。
interesting with
俺
the
は一度
animation
死に、
style.
そしてこの緑色の、そ
But so far, this has
う、
not
何の
offended
力もな
me.
いゴブリンの赤ん坊へ
It's
転生
just
したの
a
だと。
goblin. I have a lot of questions about that knife that were never answered, though.
本気で泣けるんだけど、これ。ゴブリンという種は予想以上に成長が早いらしい。寝て起きたら体が急激に大きくなっていた。
あ、
よし。
Our guy is a girl who got murdered? Okay.
ここがどこであれ、そして
Is
姿
this a
がどうあ
trans
れ、
man
せ
anime?
っかく得た2度目の人生だ。今度こそ力の限り生き抜いてやる。
これがわしから与える最後の食事じゃ。お前たちはこれから自分の飯は自分で取るんじゃぞ。
Ugh. There's always so much like explosive, like he always bites into something dick-like, and it gets like some kind of cum spray all over him. Very homoerotic. Which again, I'm not complaining about, but it's kind of portrayed grossly. It's not like a positive homoeroticism. Ooh. I absolutely think Tanya the Evil would be considered trans, especially. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't know if she like continues thinking like I'm totally a guy in here, you know, like.
やはり。
But
ここは俺の
even
知
then,
る
it
世
would
界
still
とは
be
違う
trans.
よう
She
だ。
would be a trans man trapped in a woman's body. you
俺もだ
know?
よ。小
Um,
吹吉くん。
but
ごぶ吉。
お前の名前だろ。俺はゴブロ。
Goburo.
ごぶろう。
さあ、
They're so
Goburo
ripping off fucking
3日前から
slime.
な。
It's literally just slime, but what if it was a
Goblin
goblin
のガキどもの
instead of
中で
slime? You know, like
一番体格の良さそう
I
なゴブ
really
吉
like
君を
those
連れてき
goblin
た理
guys
由
in
は
that
ただ
slime
一つ。
story. What if I made a story about the goblin guys? You know?
狩りだ。
Oh, it's a little home button.
いいぞ、小吹吉くん。
So far, the best thing about this is like the animation and artwork is fine. The music is fine. Like the presentation doesn't bother me. The script is so far just very cliche. And the voice acting is overwhelmingly cliche.
軽く小吹
The
吉君
voice
に上
acting
下
might be
関
the
係
worst
というも
part
の
to
を
me
教
so
え、
far.
武器にできないかとホーンラビットの角を調べていると、なんだ今のは。ああ、わかったわかった。
There's so much drool.
食べるか
This is very
泣くかどっちかにしな
drool-centric.
さい。
Go boy!
普通の最強伝説。元だ。
元
なんでもない。とりあえず食うか。
エスケープ
Escape.
なるほどな。
Naruhodo.
アブソープション。
Everybody's
それは
dying.
俺が向こうの世界で持っていた。
Ooh,
極
shit,
めてレア
yo.
な
We about to
ESP 能
get
力。
down on this motherfucking trap beat in the anime. That's
Tetsuda
what I
Roga,
see.
Ogon
Yeah,
Roga,
that's what I
Tokuga
hear
Roga,
in my
Nandemo
ears
Kue.
when I'm watching this
食えば
shit
そのも
right
のが持っ
here.
ていた何
I
かしらの
start
能力
getting
を
down with
一
no
定の確
fear
率で
because
得られる
I
って
am
能
the
力
rap
だ。
queer that you heard of.
残念なこ
Still
とに
going though the
向こう
beat
で身につけ
left.
た他の能力は全てリセットされたようだが、
ごぶろうすごい。
この能力があるだけでも十二分に幸運だったと言えるだろう。小吹吉君もやってみる。何しろこの世界には
I've checked out.
とんでもない能力を持った化け物たちが 数多く潜んでいる
Do
だ
you
ろう
think we
か。
can time it well enough that all of us can increase the speed at the same time? All right, if everybody gets ready at once, go into the settings, click on the playback
そん
rates.
なに驚く
And
こ
we're
と
all
か
gonna kick it up to 2x at the same time. You ready?
だって昨日も
Three,
ホーンダビット息子に刺されて
1,
死んじゃった子
click.
がいるのに
There we go.
あなた本当にすごいな頭も良くてかっこよくてそんなに強いなんて
そうか俺
I
は
picked a good time to do that.
よかったね
I would
Nah,
not have
Roger.
wanted to sit through
Hasta
that
luego,
dialogue
abuela,
at normal speed.
あいにく次の日は雨だったゴブミちゃんを加えたりは明日にするとして今日は宝物とやらにある材料を組み合わせて新しい武器を作ることにした宝物でいくつかの材料を見つけたとき閉じ込められた人間の女たちを見つけた何のためかは察しがついたな
Notice how
I
this
kinda
does not feel even slightly harder to comprehend or in any way different.
この男はゴブジ転生したばかりの俺を抱き上げゴブローという適当なネーミングをしたこの洞窟の最長老だ
こりゃ意外にレベルアップも早いかもしれんの。
レベル
こうしてみると頭に浮かばんか。
It's just a little easier to pay attention to because it moves faster.
レベルが100になれば上位の存在にも進化できるようになる。まあそんなゴブリンは数十人に一人じゃけんどな。
ゴブリンの成長は早くこの老人も実際の年齢は20数歳だという
この村の若い衆もそろそろ帰ってくる。そうすれば進化したホブゴブリンにも会えるじゃろ。さて今度はどんな獲物を持ってきてくれるかの。
Okay, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm doping out. We got what, 10.5 minutes? This isn't shitty enough to complain about. It's just really boring. It's just incredibly derivative. It's if it has something special about it, it's taking way too long to reveal it. So far, the most standout thing about it is how much drool there is. Such a weird fixation on animating drooling goblins. But other than that, it feels like it took some of the least interesting parts of other shows and combined those into something more boring than any of it. What's this on my shirt? It is an original art from... You are right, it is Swami Tsunami. You knew who it was. I'm surprised. No one's ever actually just known who the artist was on the shirt without me having to look down and read it again. But yeah, this is Swami Tsunami. I bought it from, I assume, them at Otakon like a few years ago. I would watch the OP, Amy, but I think I'll get flagged for it. That's why I didn't in the first place. The OP has a lot of drool over the title at one point. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for here. I think that's like the underlying sexual pinpoint of this is like goblin drool fetishism. Well, there's a lot of like fixation on eating like raw meat and stuff. I don't know. There's definitely like a deeper psychological thing here that doesn't connect to me, but I get it kind of. I'm like, okay, there's drool. It's definitely like a drool thing, but it's not. It's weirdly unsensual. It's like drooling as a result of eating like gross stuff, but then looking like you just got cummed on. It's weird experience overall. Weird experience. You just watched all Kendrick Lamar samples and all songs. It was super dope. Yeah, I love those types of videos. Seen a bunch of them. Yes, I did say, I mean, if you just got here and you missed what we were watching, this is a weird goblin fetish anime. The OP, it looks like someone jizzed over the title. All right, let's find that image at the very least. I want to see. Oh, yeah. Wow. What the fuck? Why is it so focused on cum-like drool? So that's the kind of thing where I look at it and I don't think I can judge that on its merits as like an art piece because I don't think that's the point. That's like, that to me reads as like fetish media, which I celebrate anime's ability to be that. But if it's not my fetish, I can't even talk about it. You know, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't feel this, you know. This is the number 5 most popular anime on Anywave. So clearly some people feel this or get this drool fetishism. Like the same with Seven Prince, right? Like this is closer to something I understand of like, oh yeah, I want to be a cute little girl boy, you know, little lady boy, little what's the femboy? That's the word. That's the modern That's the way we call these things nowadays. You know, what used to be called a reverse trap back in my day is now called a femboy. I don't care about the lingo, but you know, the tides change. You got to keep the euphemism treadmill running, I guess. Femboy, sure. You know, looks like a girl, voiced by a girl, has a penis, calls himself a prince. So ultimately, it's a little boy who's girlier than I am as a trans woman. I get that. And like, other than that, it's just purely a power fantasy. It's like, it's just OP kid, B's OP, you know, but what if you were OP and also this was your steez? Like, this was your swag. Hold on, let me make this bigger again so you can all actually see what I'm talking about. You know, this is the femboy prince, 7th prince. Thank you, oh my guy, for the super sticker. I actually can't. Like, it just says super sticker on StreamYard. It doesn't show me the sticker, which is unfortunate. But I'm sure it's adorable or cool or scrumptious in some way. So, you know, I 7th Prince, I kind of got it. And it was definitely cooler. It was a lot cooler than the Goblin show. But Goblin show also felt like it was an even more specific fetish. You know, like, hey, you want to be a drooling goblin? I'm like, no, not really. Not at all, actually. You know, I understand wanting to be a kaiju hunter, like, you know, ascend from your position as like a literal janitor up to the level of a god tier fucking kaiju hunter. I understand kaiju number 8. Still not my power fantasy, you know, so not really something for me to get into. Demon Slayer is just like a wooby victim complex fantasy, so I don't care about it at all. I don't know anything about this Tsukimichi thing. Y'all know anything about this Tsukimichi thing? Anybody seen this fucking thing? What is this? As part of a mysterious contract agreed upon by a goddess and his parents years ago, Makoto Misumi finds himself sent to another world to meet the goddess and become the hero. Okay. So it's isekai. However, the deity deems Makoto to be hideous, refusing to even lay eyes upon him, and revokes his heroic title, disdainfully giving him the ability to understand all languages except the human language as compensation. The goddess drives Makoto off to the farthest edges of the wasteland, far from human civilization. Due to the disparity between Earth and this new world, Makoto's inherent physical... I hate when they just describe the entire plot of the first episode instead of, like, the premise of the show. He meets various demi-humans and mythical beings who all end up being captivated with his characteristics and join Makoto in building a new community where all of them can be peacefully coexist. That's the premise. You know, like, all you needed is... I, like, want to rewrite this now, but I'm not going to do that for free. That doesn't make sense. All right, let's check this Tsukimichi thing out, all right? So if you want to watch this with me, go ahead, put it to 000, and I'm going to once again switch my screen to content ID mode. And as soon as I hear that somebody's ready, we'll do it. I want to know what the fuck this is, because the second season is one of the most popular things on this site right now. So I'm curious, what the fuck is this thing? They say that death comes in the night like a thief. The way I have wooden nails inside that hate factory. All right, Ellen's ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. An isekai adventure normally starts like this. Okay, so we're exhibiting an immediate understanding of the genre. We're like, this is isekai, but it happened different this time, all right? Okay. Is this about trash girls? This looks like this could actually be funny. This actually looks like it could be okay. It's giving Konosuba so far. The grandparents anime was really weird. Alright, let's skip intro. Uh-oh. Me clicking skip intro input a Chatterbait ad. Skip intro. There we go. Sorry for the timing. Arrow just hit.
朝は家族と朝食。放課後は 弓道部の練習。帰宅して夕食。風呂の後はネットと読書。
Dragon wife and spider wife for a big part of the appeal. I'll keep that in mind.
普段と変わらない。
So far, this is very inoffensive.
だから僕は
It's got energy. You know, I always appreciate that.
ここどこ？
随分と落ち着いているな。
誰？
Is it God?
と言ったら
Yeah.
信じる。
Okay.
いや無理。
君にはこれから異世界に行ってもらう。では、
This is usually more so, you know, my type of
いきなり
tack
異世界とか言われて
for
も
isekai
怖いんですけ
is
ど
meet God. God's like, hey.
話は通してあると聞いていたが。
Landon might be an unreliable narrator, but the grandparents turning young anime, the entire first episode is about everyone wanting to fuck them, and it was super weird because it was very incestuous.
つくよみって
Um,
つくよみの御事？あの日本神話の三柱の渦の巫女の一人？
ほう、これは博識なこと。
そんなつくよみ様がどうして？
本当に何も知らない
this
んだ。
guy's got a cool design. I like this voice and face I like when they give like a stern, heavy voice to like a soft, pretty face guy, you know?
言われてみれ
Kinda
ば
like Bird.
親戚とか会ったことないけど、でも異世界って
ご両親は事情があ
Look
っ
at
て
that hair.
世界の女神とある契約を交わし、日本へ来たと聞く。いつか最も大切なものを一つ捧げるという契約をな。
それってもしかして僕が行かないとユキコ姉さんかマイが
Mato Seihei no slave is bad?
わかり
I
ま
don't
した
know about that one, but that sounds bad. Having slave in the title is like already just like a huge red flag.
男の夢からの品物は
Classic
私が責任を
sound
持って
effect.
処分しておこう。
あんた神だ神様だよ
契約書はこれでよし。ご家族にはこの手紙だけでいい
Yeah,
の
so
か？
far this feels too much like wannabe Konosuba.
今までの世界を捨てさせるのだ。私の力をできる限り与えよう。
ありがとうございます
女神よ、私に挨拶もせず連れて行く気か。誠殿、これから会うのはかなり問題のある女神だ。しかし、できる限り多めに見てやってほしい。
Okay, so he's getting passed from a god to a goddess?
そうおっしゃるなら
How many fucking layers is he gonna have to go through? That was boring. I like the designs,
眩しい
but the conversation was not exciting in any way.
力も結構弱くなってんのね。
Okay, that sounded like what,
実は
Mamiko
こっちの
Noto?
世界魔族やら精霊が好き勝手始めちゃってさ、私のヒューマンたちが大ピンチなのよ。で、あんたを呼んで手伝わせようかと。
I definitely recognize this voice.
あんた本当にあの二人の子供？ぶっさいくね。白鳥成分
Whose
ゼロ。
voice is this? Somebody can tell me whose voice this is?
ってわけでクーリングオフ決定。さっさと視界から消えてくれる？存在がキモい、うざい。
そうだそっちが呼んだくせに
私の世界にふさわしい勇者は別に手配したから。汚らわしいあんたは世界の果てでじっとしてなさい。あんたに力渡すなんてすんごく嫌だけど、妥協してヒューマン以外の言葉の理解、会話と読み書きはできるようにしといてあげるわ。ああ、面倒。
Who's the goddess's voice? I can't care about what she's talking about. I just want to know
間
who
違
voice
って
is
も
her.
私のヒューマンに醜い種をばらまくんじゃないわよ。じゃあ行け。
She's definitely
私
hamming
と
it
だ
up.
けじゃ死なないかな。また別れたらたまんないわ。
Ueda Reina.
ゴキ
Okay.
ブリ扱いかよ敵将
What do I know her for?
誠殿、
つくよみ様
女神がここまでの暴挙に出ようとはな。 誠殿ならこの高さでも平気だろうが。誠殿のいた世界は我々の加護が届くことのない過酷で不毛な世界。魔力、肉体ともに極めて強い負荷がかかっていたのだ。負荷から解放されたこの世界ではかなりの超人であろう。
なんてご都合クオリティ。
だが死ぬときは死ぬ。注意されたし。
あれ、つくよみ様、体が。
この更新で
This is actually, I'm kind of blown away because she plays the little goggles girl from Little Witch Academia. It sounds nothing like that in that role.
女神自らが剥奪しよった。もう遠慮はいらぬ。何
At least from my memory.
三角誠よ。つくよみの名において
Ruri
新
and
たな
Dr.
世界での自
Stone.
由を認める。魂の輪廻でまた会えることを願っている。
That's the big sister. Kohaku's big sister.
はい。この地に降り立ち、あの高い山を目指して歩き続け、早3日。人も動物も食べ物もなし。3日間飲まず食わずでもギリギリ動けるのは超人仕様だからか。ああ、独り言も虚しい。
She was Reze in
自分の
Chainsaw
声と
Man.
足音と風の音しか聞いてない。普通イベントとか起こるよね。こうなる前に。寂しい。
助けて。
どこだ？どこから？助けて。誰か。こっちだ。
And the main girl from Nashville. Okay, I'm done researching Reina Ueda.
上等の犬と服を着た豚。構うものか。
Pig
僕
girl.
よりは増した。
何者だ貴様。
Alright, I don't care about this anymore. I give up. I hate the music. And it's just kind of boring to listen to. I liked when Reina Ueda was doing her weird performance, but then that was like so much. Just that performance was so much more interesting than what she was saying or anything happening in the show that I got completely sucked into that and nothing could draw me back. By the time I was paying attention to the show again, I was like, this sucks. This is boring. None of this matters. I don't care. Yeah, again, it's not like otherworldly next level bad. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is literally generic. Like this is just isekai, you know? Just pure. What about chilling in another world? Yo, yo, we just chilling in another world with level 2 cheat powers. Anybody know if this is really bad or good or anything? Amy said this feels like the very first thoughts that ever came to a writer's mind, and they just made a show out of it. Yeah, pretty much. Tried the new Gate Unnamed Memory or Mato Seihei no Slave. I could vouch for the poor quality of those two. I don't actually think I want to do this. I don't want to put myself through watching a bad anime to complain about it. I think those days are just behind me, you know? I can imagine, for the sake of a 10-year anniversary, watching the Astro Score season 2 because it would be nostalgic. But it just seems like horribly immature and frankly retarded to watch a show you don't like for the sake of complaining about it on the off chance you might make some money doing it. That seems stupid. So I'm not going to do that at all. I'm going to ignore everybody who has suggested it, and I'm going to keep reminding them that it's a bad idea if they keep bringing it up, and instead watch good things that are enjoyable, like a sane person does. You know? Why waste our lives when we can have fun and enjoy ourselves? Do things that rock, things that kick ass. Somebody recommend me something that kicks ass right now. Hold on. First, let me give you an example of something that kicks ass, so that we can make sure we know what kicks ass. Okay, let's go to Mal. Let's make sure we've got some pre-approved ass kicking, right? Something I've already decided kicks ass historically. Something I already said, you know what? This is on the ass kicked list. The kicked ass list. I want something short though. I think I'll probably get copyright struck if I show you the Daikon 4 opening, or else I would just play that. That seems like an obvious one. But let's see if we can find some parts of. Yeah, what can we find from Pikachu's Vacation? Pikachu shorts, all movies.
Pika. Pika. Pikachu.
I hate this weird little graphic here. Hey, look, it's Pikachu's big ass face.
Avanzato di Pikachu, Pokémon acquatico.
Pokémon Aquatico.
Non si battono senza I propri.
Do you think Bellsprout gives good head? Probably. You ever seen a fucking Weeping Bell? Anybody else had the Pokemon the movie soundtrack? I did. Get fucked. Man, Squirtle really takes a beating in this. Executor. 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 Oh yeah, I like this scene. Wait, hold on, I want to go back. I like the way the electricity is animated, like in that 3-dimensional way.
Pikachu è nato, può raggiungere livelli estremali.
Wait, hold on. Need more Diglett. This did play before the first movie, yeah. They have a Pikachu movie before every movie in the theaters. There's so many good samples that could be drawn out of these little weird segments. Like, all of these are just waiting to be turned into beats. Get fucking Snorlax! Yeah, Pichu Brothers is the third movie. I think. No, maybe the second? No, I think it's the third movie. Yeah, the second movie is the Rescue Togepi. Pikachu's Vacation is easily the best of them all, in my opinion. It's also just like, it's really gorgeous, I think, like animation wise. Got stuff like that. I love this shot. Dumbass looking Charizard. Jiggly, Jigglypuff. Jiggly, Jigglypuff. Jiggly, Jigglypuff. Tell me that doesn't go hard as fuck.
Giudizio concluso. L'unità di osservazione Pokédex.
This. where I wanna be. Party on the beach where the fun is free. We don't need to have a date in time to celebrate. All right. In lieu of watching the second one of those. Oh man, speaking of stuff you haven't heard in a long time.
So you guys came here from Demon World.
That's true.
Oh, I get it.
They must be kicking out all the rejects, right?
No. Don't be rude, Toho.
So you come in here saying you're from Demon World.
No,
But you got the spiritual presence of a piece of gum.
No, don't be rude, Toho. Dai Hokushin and what would be considered S-Class.
You are an S-Class?
No. I am.
Well, I must be the idiot here.
No.
Okay. Well, I must be the idiot here because I had it in my head that the tunnel between Demon World and Human...
Don't be rude, Toho.
Okay. The tunnel between Demon World and Human World had been sealed.
No.
Fine!
Let's go now!
No Yusuke.
You needn't hurry. Take the time.
Okay. The tunnel between Demon World and Human World.
I'm gonna f my fingers around this.
No, Yusuke, that's not quite what's happening. In fact,
I'd love to get my fingers around his...
you have yet to speak of this dirty part.
Yeah. Okay. I'd love to get my fingers around his dick! Now stand your ground!
Please, wait 1 second. Let me explain myself.
Maybe you need a minute to answer.
No, you
have done
good work.
One time I fought a demon that ate human fingers around my dick! I never forgot the stench. The same stench of rotting fingers around my dick that came out of your mouth when you got your mouth around my dick!
That's
some mouth on you! Now, I don't know what you're up to, Hokushin, but nothing gets on my nerves more than fingers around my dick! Now stand your ground!
Please, wait 1 second. Let me
Get my fingers around your dick!
No.
Not quite able to 100% it after all these years, but you know.
Hey, I just realized we're gonna be needing the Dragon Radar.
Oh, well, I had it, but then I gave it to Piccolo, right?
Yes, that's right. But I think it's in my other pants pocket. Only... It doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. Tende's gone, remember?
The
balls are inert.
Wait a second. I think we're jumping the gun a bit.
What? The balls are inert. It doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
But it's still there.
Yes, but I think it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. The balls are inert.
But it's
Gohan.
The fucking balls are fucking inert. Shit, Gohan.
But it's
Impossible!
My balls aren't there.
It's in my other pants pocket. Only, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
Can't be.
My balls
are inert.
Does that mean they don't work?
Yes, I've been keeping tabs on the man lately. Only, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
Just take a look at this!
Stop it! Don't open that door!
Oh shit, this truck is falling on me. Oh god, it's gonna crush my face. I gotta punch it out. Oh god, my face is hurting. Oh god, this thing is close. I can't stop it. Oh god, the truck's gonna crash.
Can we just appreciate how Kajito-kun was making fucking JoJo memes way before JoJo memes? This is so proto of a US JoJo meme. It's when the fuck did this video get posted? This is 17 years ago. JoJo meme. Unbelievable.
Oh god, it's gonna crush my face. I'm gonna punch it out. Oh god, my face is hurting. Oh god, this is getting close. I can't stop it. Oh god, the truck's gonna crash. Oh shit, god damn it. Oh, I close fucking truck on me. Oh god, just gonna smack that. Oh god, this is freaking out. Getting closer. Oh shit, I go there. Get hold of. Oh god, oh damn it.
What? What is this?
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes, that's it. It's obvious. I guess I let the stress get to my balls. Stop it.
Hey, I just realized.
The balls in my other pants make a bit of difference, guys. Unless he's managed to improve in the last hour.
I am Oscar Tachibana,
Handler of balls.
Hey, I just realized. We've managed to avoid drowning. Good job. We've managed to avoid
balls. The balls are
getting huge.
Didn't get it. I don't know if it's a gnat or a mosquito, but some kind of bug has landed on my hands. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker with my Ninja Info cards.
Hang on. Don't give up hope yet. Maybe I can help you kids out a little. With my
Ninja Info cards.
With my Ninja Info cards. With my Ninja Info.
Okay, we're not doing that one. I just wanted to remind you that it existed. I'm done. We don't need to watch every old Kajito-kun meme video. I don't think. We need to watch more anime. I don't want to watch any of this popular crap. Let's hit the random button and see what happens. What the fuck is this shit? Love All Play? Spring 2022? Mouse score is 6.5. But the score on here is 8.2. Fascinating. I wonder why it was so much more well-liked on here than it was on my anime list. It's got 616 reviews. Like, that's a decent number of reviews. What do people say on here? I love when I look at a comment and the first comment on it is "you're everywhere," and it immediately lets me know everything I need to know about this person. Like, oh, okay, like this person reviews. This person clearly leaves comments on everything they watch, like leaving little thoughtful reviews of the episode so that people will have this kind of reaction. You know, they're all talking about who you can find around. Fascinating. Doesn't seem like anyone's heard of this, going by chat not having any kind of reaction. Tales of the Street Corner. Oh, I can't remember if I've seen this or not, but I do want to. I could probably get away with watching this without even minimizing it. I doubt it's copyright protected on YouTube. I think this is from the 60s. I know I watched a review talking about this movie. I can't remember if I actually watched it myself. It doesn't. No, it says I have not. Okay. You put it in your Toriyama video, Weedhole Chung? Amazing. I thought you were someone completely different from Butthole Weeb who had never made anime analysis videos, but it seems somehow that you created a Toriyama video, Weedhole Chung. Trixie, by the way, as promised, I completed the list of furry pride anime and sent it to you over Discord messages. Okay, let's read that right away. So we've got 40 people here right now, which is pretty big for me for one of my streams. So we're going to put everybody on game to the furry. Oh my God, this is a very detailed. You got fucking GIFs in here. What the fuck? This is only furries. Only a furry could have made this. What is it with, why are furries like this? Why are all furries like the most over the top, like industrious, like fucking engineers in the world? What is it with furries and engineering? I don't understand. Why are you all so technical? This is why I'm not sure if I'm really truly a furry, because I don't have the, well, that's not true. That's not true. I am like this. I do have documents like this. I made that fucking chart just the other day. Never mind. I get it. I'm here with you, furries. I understand. Trixie's Furry Pride anime. Call the video anything you want. This is just a placeholder title based on the concept you said on stream. Okay. I'm going to read all the notes out loud also. This is a spreadsheet of furry anime I've fully completed containing furry characters. Special attention giving to works with furry pride elements, furry characters who feel appropriate for Pride Month. The Why It Is Furry section explains every character who could be viewed as a furry, and the Why Is It Pride section explains the pride elements. You probably did not need me to explain this. You wrote all this today? I asked for this today. This is 7 pages with images and like text breaks and shit. Okay. This is like a whole magazine. You literally made like a whole fucking magazine article in a day. This is more effort than anyone is putting into making Otaku USA right now. And this was just generated today. Somebody should be paying you for this. Anyway, anime KO Beast. Why is it furry? I've seen the first episode of this, and it is very fun. This is totally forgotten early Gainax work from the 90s. It's like a 5-episode OVA. This OVA was created in collaboration between Hiroshi Nagishi and his studio G-Room, their earlier show NG Night Ramune, also having lots of furry and pride vibes. Linked to a part in Kaiser Beam's video explaining the history better here. And also beyond that, this OVA is also partially animated by Gainax, who seem mostly to contribute animation to the early episodes. A cast of 4 anthro-animal warriors who each can transform between human and furry form. More explanation of that in the Pride section. There's Juan the Tiger, Bud the Rooster, Maymur the Mermaid, and Tuttle the Turtle. Other side characters with big furry energy are Akumako, who basically looks like an Impmon if they were a waifu. I don't even know what an Impmon is. Impmon? She is a cute little imp who is a part of the show's Team Rocket-esque villain trio, though this actually predates Pokemon. That didn't stop... That's right, it was like 95, I think. That didn't stop the English dub from constantly referencing Pokemon, though. That is really funny. That's one of those weird time paradox
like a human
things.
being. The reason for this is because KO Beast was...
I highly recommend Kaiser Beams, by the way, if you are not subscribed, which is maybe likely because they don't seem to have nearly as many subs as I would have expected. The Kyoto video series is some of the most in-depth historical content on anime, going back through all kinds of classics. This to me is like a necessary... If you're interested in anime history, there's no reason not to be subscribed to this channel. So I think that describes a lot of you. So if you're not already, you should be. Okay. Beyond all that previously mentioned furry pride energy, there's also the fact that this is just extremely gay. Okay, so each of the 3 furry protagonists have human forms, but in order for them to transform between forms, they each have certain triggers. Sneezing does it for the tiger boy, and for Bud the chicken, he transforms when he is shocked. I've known people with these fetishes, so I could see how this ties in. And Tiger Boy really likes to surprise kiss him in order to cause that. Again, the only requirement to transform Bud into his chicken form is just to shock him, but it's always kissing for some reason. All right, next up, we've got Seventh Prince. Hey, I watched the first episode of this yesterday. I didn't pick up on too much furry. I guess the little guy, he does look like every goat furry I've ever seen. One of the most popular currently airing furry anime I know of, this series features Grimoire as one of its main characters. He is only described as an ancient monster who had once attacked the kingdom but was sealed in a book. Our main boy Lloyd frees him, and after the two have a little magic battle, which Grim loses, Grim offers himself to be Lloyd's familiar. Upon becoming his familiar, Grim decides to take on a cute mascot form to not raise suspicion. The buff, furry, appealing true form of Grim that we saw in episode 1 is voiced by Akio Otsuka, who you probably know as Bato from Ghost in the Shell, and his equally furry, appealing IMO cute mascot form is voiced by Rose Eye Power from Chainsaw Man. By the way, Grim's English dub voice is Perfect Cell. So yeah, this is more... I guess there's a prominent furry character, but this doesn't strike me as like outwardly just like being furry the way that KO Beast does. But I could see this character, obviously, yeah, this will appeal to certain people tremendously. All right, Yes Precure 5, Yes Precure 5 Go Go, and Otona Precure. Furry couples explained from left to right. Karen, the blue girl, and Milk the rabbit. They are a Yuri couple made canon in Otona Precure 2023, but hinted heavily even from the start. The Yes Precure 5 saga is my go-to recommendation for anyone looking for furry romance stories. This series has literally 4 separate romantic couples between very cute-looking furry mascots and their magical girl partners. That's right. I forgot about this because I haven't ever seen this. I haven't seen most of Precure, but my ex was watching it episode by episode while doing daily runs and told me all about this. And yeah, in Yes Precure, the mascots like transform into humans that are the same ages as like the girls, and they just like date. And I thought that was incredibly fucking strange conceptually. I have not seen the show myself, but it just seems wild of an idea to me that like the magical girls are dating their mascots. But that's how this is. The series has 4 separate romantic couples between very cute, furry-looking mascots, their magical girl partners. One of these couples is even a Yuri couple, and they are basically canon. More details in the Pride section. The main focus on furry couple is between the furry mascot Coco and the main magical girl Nozomi. The two had lots of romantic scenes together in the OG Yes Precure 5 and its 2008 sequel. However, what truly sailed the ship was when the head writer of the Yes 5 seasons, Yoshimi Narita... okay, now time to jump... Wait. Okay, return. Sorry, I didn't realize that this reads all the way down. Returned to Precure, and she rounded out her trilogy with the adult-oriented spin-off Otona Precure 2023, with all the characters grown up as adults. In Otona Precure, the main furry and human ship, Nozomi and Coco got married. She's literally married to the fucking mascot. I made a lengthy 40-minute Yes Precure 5 video, so everything you could possibly need. Clip-wise, I'll save you the trouble of searching. Just tell me what you need. I got you. All right, so continuing on the relationship side here that I missed. Komachi, the green girl, and Nuts, the squirrel, they both have feelings for each other, but it was not made canon, more just a mutual crush. Nozomi, the pink girl, and Coco, the fennec fox, 100% canon, heavily hinted at from as early as 2007, and finally got married as adults in 2023. More details to the right. Urara, the yellow girl, and Syrup, the duck, basically canon. They are both the youngest of the group, so they always just had a mutual young crush. But when we saw them as 18-year-olds in 2023's Otona Precure, they sang a song together and blushed at each other. Rin, the red girl, still alone, ... But she did fall in love with the ghost in one episode. Ganbare, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, now the time to jump into the Yuri ship I kept teasing. It's Karen x Milk. Karen is one of the main magical girls of the show, and basically Milk becomes her partner. At the start, Milk is very weak and not able to transform into human form, unlike all the other furry characters who can transform into human disguises to easily fit in with the human world. Because Milk basically constantly needs to be hid from the public view, she relies a lot on Karen. By the time of the second season, Yes Precure 5 Go Go, Milk finally became strong enough to turn into a human form, meaning Milk went to school with her every day. Things finally sailed when in the spin-off Otona Precure 2023, we saw them as adults, and Milk actually decided to stay in her human form on Earth, working a day job and frequently sleeping nights at Karen's house where this scene happened. Yeah, I would say that's pretty Yuri. I mean, that's at least as gay as Nanoha and Fate. Grimoire of Zero. This one is pretty straightforward. Basically, it's a fantasy action series with light comedy elements. Think like reminiscent of Slayers, but with a lot more grimdark elements. Some people call this furry berserk because the dark elements come straight the fuck out of nowhere. Okay, so as a start in this world, furries are actually birth defects that were... Well, I mean, in Berserk, the darkness does not come out of nowhere. It's evident from chapter 1, but whatever. Okay, so as a start in this world, furries are actually birth defects that were created by witches as a way to punish humans for burning them at the stake. Oh, and so the main dude was born as a beast fallen, their name for furry. This wouldn't be so bad, but witches also like to harvest the beast fallen's guts to make themselves more powerful. Well, that sucks. So Tiger Bro is constantly getting hunted down every day. If that wasn't bad enough, one of the witches, one of the most powerful ones, is a cute girl named Zero, and she has a crush on him and wants him to team up with her and travel the world. How wacky. Oh, also randomly, one of the other furry side characters named Hold'em is introduced via buying a witch to be his slave. But don't worry, Hold'em didn't actually buy the witch slave because he's a bad or anything. He was doing it so he could find his master, who is a young witch girl. In other words, basically buying witch slaves to ask them for information on how to find his own witch, ? Fucking bizarre anime, lol, but very good if you can accept the Studio White Fox's C-Team jank animation. I probably can't. I probably cannot handle that, but, sounds funny. Okay, so as previously mentioned, furries are an entire race in this anime, so there's lots of them just wandering the world and stuff. The main tiger dude could basically be described to be a furry tiger version of Guts. He does have a romance with the cute witch girl, Zero. Basically, Zero is a witch who gave up her ability to grow up, so she looks like a cute girl, but she's like 25. Okay, great. They're a cute couple, I'd say. By the way, the original 25, like she couldn't just... This character could not... Like, you couldn't tell me this character was 25, and I'd be like, no, that's impossible. She doesn't look 25 at all. She's definitely 17. Like, why wouldn't she be like 250 if you're going to do that? Whatever. By the way, the original light novels that this anime are based on are written by a woman named Kakeru Kobashiri. She actually got her start as a writer on a mobile gacha game visual novel called Tokyo After School Summoners. Now, sadly, Tokyo After School Summoners does not have an anime, so I can't include it here, but basically it's the furriest, pridest thing ever. It is literally a gacha game where you collect buff furry party members and can romance them in visual novel segments. Also, all the furries are designed by gay furry artists from Pixiv. I'm hoping Summoners gets an anime adaptation. Neat. Good to know about. BNA, of course. I don't remember much about the series, to be honest. It's been a few years now since I watched it. I still haven't seen BNA on its release. All I remember is having a crush on Shiro. It's definitely good and definitely very furry. It seems every furry I meet is either attracted to Michiru or Shiro, or if they're pansexual, both. Okay, so one thing I do remember is that Shiro was kind of like in a buddy cop dynamic with Michiru. She was like the new recruit. He was more experienced. So naturally, they have a huge fandom shipping them. I do know that Studio Trigger have released official art heavily hinted at the ship. I don't even remember this show, but it was good for sure. I mean, I remember the show being very controversial when it came out. Everybody, that's pretty racy. I didn't expect her to be like naked in it. Yeah, everybody either really liked or really hated BNA from what I saw. I think my brother Victor did a whole video defending BNA though. I think he was really into it. So anyway, Beastars. I included it in my video about anime getting mediocre. I assume you're talking about Grimoire of Zero. Well, that edit was done by Devu. There were lots of anime in there I don't even think I had seen because I don't remember the show at all. Oh, maybe this is the one that I screamed at on Twitter that time. Because I remember watching like the first 3 minutes of some kind of like heavily beast, like some very like it was like ReZero but more furry basically. And I was just screaming at the first couple minutes of it. It could be that, but I know Devu like went and found a lot more shows than like what I had even ever talked about for the We Have Accepted Mediocrity video. Anyway, Beastars. This is another one I hardly remember. I did finish all of season 1 and 2, but like I'm not sure why, but somehow shows that I watched years ago, like Brigadoon, stick with me more than this new stuff. I don't know why, lol. Okay, so beyond the fact that there's a lot of content here made to appeal to furry fans, both of the man service and fan service variety, there's also the fact that the show seems to heavily tease some gay tension between Louis and Legoshi. Speaking as a furry myself, I see a huge fan of the ships these two, but I also see an equally large fan of the ship Legoshi and Jack. Being a furry in 2020, I can confirm this GIF was everywhere. Yeah, as a Beastars fan myself, I could say tons and tons of ships, tons of possible ships in this show. And it plays around with the relationships a lot so that even canonically, there's more than one people that it's hard to like support any one couple completely because their relationships are so complicated. Beastars is very good. I could definitely co-sign. Big fan. Escaflowne, I forgot there even was a furry character in this show, but there are actually a few. The most prominent furry character of the Escaflowne TV series would be, of course, the cat girl Merle, who loves Van, but there's a second furry character who I think is equally important. Most people don't remember his name, but he is named Jajuka. I remember making fun of that name when I first saw the movie, when I was like 12. I was like geeking on there being somebody named Jajuka. And he looks like this. If you don't remember him from the show, basically he plays a critical role in helping the maniacal Dillendow to finally stop their rampage. Basically, Jajuko is Dillendow's caretaker back when he was a young girl. And towards the end of the series, when Van is about to kill Dillendow, Jajuko steps in and takes the blow and dies instead. As he died in Dillendow's arms, his final words was what caused Dillendow to remember their past back as a girl. So as mentioned, there's the character of Merle, and there's also the very underrated character of Jajuka. And if you interpret Dillendow as being male, then it's easy to read some gay tragedy between Jajuka and Dillendow or something. I don't know how to word these things. Yeah, I need to rewatch Escaflowne because I remember being really fascinated by Dillendow's like gender dynamics. And I don't remember if they end the series like Dillendow. what is it, like Direndoru or something? Probably Direndoru. Dawn of the Witch. Dawn of the Witch is a spin-off sequel thing to Grimoire of Zero. It takes place after the events of Grimoire, after the furry and witch power couple manage to stop the war between witches and humankind. The series starts off really strong, confirming that the main villain who profited off the war back in Grimoire literally got executed. Pretty badass way to open a show, and made it clear that the sequel was going to be just as dark as Grimoire was. But that was a bait and switch. Zero and her tiger boyfriend aren't actually the main characters. Instead, this show is about a school of magic users. Oh god. This show got pretty trashed in the reviews due to the disappointed Grimoire fans who felt like this was a bait and switch, but if you can get past that element, it's a decent show. The main character this time around is a human boy named Saybil, who goes on a magical adventure with a team of 3 other characters. His elf teacher who looks like a lolly but is 100, his red-headed childhood friend, and lastly a lizard furry who used to bully him in school but now has to team up with him. The cast of the original Grimoire appear from time to time and have a few badass or wholesome moments. We get to see the continued romance of the witch girl Zero and her tiger husbando. Zero finally managed to break that spell that kept her from aging, so now Zero finally looks her age. We also got to see her and her tiger hubby flirt and stuff. As for gay content, why yes, there is. Dawn of the Witch is a sequel to Grimoire of Zero, as previously mentioned, but our favorite witch and tiger duo takes a bit of a backseat to give these new Magic Academy students a chance to shine. Our protagonist is your typical overpowered harem lead named Saybil. He has an adventuring party with his red-headed childhood friend who loves him, his elf girl teacher who also loves him, and the lizard jock Kudo who used to bully him in school and who would never admit it, but definitely has a crush on him. This scene from the screenshot occurs when the Jock Lizard gets too cocky in battle and gets injured. Because Saybil is so overpowered, it of course falls on him to heal his lizard party member. The elf teacher suggests that the best way to transfer magic to heal someone is through a kiss. Since the main character is so chill and deadpan and down for anything, he nearly agrees to do it, but they end up getting interrupted. True lizard tsundere, he even dropped the classic "I don't like you" or anything line. We also get a line in the Great Baths episode, of course there's a bath episode, where lizard tsundere catches Saybil when his towel falls off, and upon seeing what Saybil is rocking, he says, "Whoa, that's more of a monster than me." Very interesting show. Yeah, that sounds hilarious. I appreciate the detail. Hyper Police. I've read the first few volumes of this manga, and I have to say, this main girl from Hyper Police is, in my opinion, like top 5 hottest character designs all time, hands down. Like, just absolutely exhaustingly attractive. Looking at her makes my brain spin. Too much, too hot of a main character. The manga is not really that good, or neither is the anime. But from what I've seen, and she doesn't look as hot in the anime. That's probably the biggest problem with it. But goddamn, she's so fucking hot in the manga. This is probably the most straightforward to explain. It's basically a police procedural comparable to like Dominion Take Police or Ghost in the Shell manga version, except the entire main cast is made of furries. The main cast is comprised of Green Girl Natsuki, she's a half Nekomata, and her friend Sakura, the Kitsune girl, as well as Bataten, a high-ranking officer with the police. His age is like 2 times that of Natsuki, but you better believe he has a crush on her. And lastly, the adorable Tommy. Tommy is a werewolf, and without a doubt, the most furry member of the main cast. Tommy stands out as being the most distinctly furry of the main cast, as the rest of the cast look more like humans with animal ears. As mentioned previously, there is a fairly obviously ship of Natsuki and Bataten. Because Natsuki is like half his age, she doesn't seem to notice how in love with her he is, leading to many comedic misunderstandings. I have watched all of the anime, but then read the manga as well, as I heard it was better. I have not finished the manga yet, but I definitely plan to. I have heard that just about everyone in the cast ends up romantically involved with someone at the end. I also heard an amazing spoiler that Tommy, the previously mentioned best and furriest member of the cast, actually ends up with Poe, that mage lady who was around his age and always giving him a rough time for being so silly. Well, yeah, apparently those two hooked up and had 19 kids. Damn. I also remember in this manga, the characters just like very casually fucking. Tell me if I'm wrong about that, but I remember there being parts where like just because they're kind of, it's like explained that because they're animals, they just will fuck. Like, and I remember it happening, me being like, whoa, you know, so yeah, I was kind of blown away by that, but it's but appreciative. Very sexy manga, even though I don't think it's necessarily that good. So yeah, thank you for the Furry Pride anime video. Or Luna, if you want, you can go ahead and clip that. I would recommend probably editing it a little bit to cut around the mistakes or asides. If you want to put it on your channel, I'll probably re-upload it to mine just for the signal boost, but you can also have it since you wrote it. Literally. You literally wrote it. I just read it. Turned it to video form. All right. That was fun. All right. Unless anybody wants to pay me to watch something that they want me to watch, I'm going to go back to watching anime now. Such as God damn it, the fucking ads. An Osamu Tezuka production from 1962. Leave in the parts where I'm screaming like, you made this today, you know, like all that. Just to emphasize the context of why the list exists and all. Why the video exists. I mean. You could even cut in me like suggesting to do it earlier today on stream. Ooh, I like that guy. The moth, the town hoodlum. What the hell is a moth gonna do to be a hoodlum? I guess in a world where posters are human, I can see how a moth can be. Ellen is deathly afraid of moths, so maybe this will be... Maybe the moth villain will truly haunt you. Balloon. Boogie doogie 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 dip. Mises. Motherfucker got put in the corner. Uh-oh, brat rat. Oraluna's involvement in this lives and dies on presence of mouse. I really would love to see more of the background coloring style used here. Like, obviously they had to do this with real paint techniques, but you could simulate this with digital paint techniques. I don't feel like anyone's trying. I guess it's not that it's horribly different from how digital effects painting is done. It just feels like there's something about the way they're painting this is different. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what they're doing differently. But there's something different about the way this is painted from... I mean, part of it is probably just the brush stroke of whoever literally did it and not using templates, you know? I know that plenty of digital artists literally build their own templates that have a little bit of a personal stamp, but like when you keep clone stamping your lines, it just, I don't know. It's not going to give you the same effect as drawing every line. I mean, I guess I actually, if I was going to compare this to something modern, Arcane, I do think comes close to a level of like painterliness that feels real, you know, where it transcends and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. What happened? Did I go? Hold on. Did I get taken down? Have I been copyright struck or something? Oh, I am live. I am live. Stream unavailable, suspended for policy violations. God damn it.